Alright, so while I got some downtime and I'm sitting here, I'm about to upload this video to YouTube. I'm trying to do this, but man, it takes so long to do this shit. But anyway, where I did the 1-ton Barnes 4-wheel drive 7075 aluminum tie rod, 1-ton tie rod and drag link swap on my Jeep. And then the next video will be where my sway bar in the rear busted my right rear hard line. Apparently that's a common problem. I can see where it's been rubbing on the left side, so I figured out how I wanted to relocate it and made me a little bracket and mount and changed it. So now I'm gonna do the left side, so that'll be the next video. And then the video after that is probably going to be me pulling out the whole interior and prepping it for paint matched Raptor liner. So my whole interior floorboard and everything will get coated, and the tailgate will all get coated in Commando Green Raptor liner. I know I've seen people Rhino line and you know, do all these liners and stuff like that to the Jeeps, and it seems like most of them are black. I'm fat, already get hot. So I'd rather have the green. I know it's going to be hot, but it ain't going to be radiating heat off the sun to me. So we're going to do that next. And I'll probably Raptor line some of the exterior of my Jeep too. Especially like I've been driving it through the woods on my property and stuff. And you know, factory paint's only so tough. But so I'm probably going to do that as well. But hopefully it'll warm up and it's going to stay warm through the summer. So this being my first Jeep, I'll have my first Jeep experience with tube doors and no top and getting the whole Jeep life, you know, feeling. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy it. I do not have a setup or a tripod or anything to do this filming, so it's clips of different things and me trying to explain it, kind of put together. As I continue to try and do this, you know, of course I'm going to get better, and I'll invest in better ways of recording myself. But for now, this is just how it is. Hope y'all like it. Yeah, I know I'm breathing hard. Whatever. 2013 Wrangler JKU is getting upgrades. That is the Barnes 4-wheel drive 1-ton swap. This thing is stock minus like, I think 1-inch pucks or something up there, like stock springs and shit. But it's on 20s with 37-inch Maxxis Razor ATs. They did put like good shocks on it. It's got Bilstein shocks and little shit. I'm not going to be able to video this whole process, and other than the printable instructions on the Barnes site, there's not really a YouTube video on it. It's pretty generic. Take the old one off, measure eyelet to eyelet, set that thing, the tie rod and the drag link up same length, get it close, take it, get it aligned. No big whoop. This is supposed to be the bolt-on kit. It is not the flip kit. I don't have to drill shit, which kind of works for me, I guess. Yeah, so we're gonna knock this out tonight and get it done. I'll take another little video of it back together. Till then, later. Look at this shit. I want to show y'all this shit. Look how wore out this shit is. That's my hand. Like, what the fuck, bro? Look how wore out this shit is. Yep, I'll say it was time for a fucking upgrade. That's crazy, ain't it? Wow. Yep. I've been wondering what that noise was. Apparently my shit's rubbing down here in my damn sway bar. It's fucking rubbing the spring tower right there. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I got finished putting in the Barnes, was it 7075 1-ton aluminum tie rod and drag link. This is the bolt-in kit. Just won't cover that base. As far as ease of installation, probably anybody could do this, as long as you got tools to do it. The only thing I don't really care for, as far as this thing goes, is the stabilizer bracket. I mean, it works. It doesn't come with a bolt for the shock, which is fine. This kit out the door with tax was $532. Because it didn't come with a bolt and I was in a pinch last night, I knocked the factory splined bolt out of the factory stabilizer mount, and I used it in the Barnes. It'll work fine. I mean, it splined in there. If I need to change it though, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm going to upgrade that mount anyway. I think PSC's got one, a nice one that bolts on for this kit. When I go to a different stabilizer, but I mean, it's not bad. I am going to show you what I did though. I took 3 different measurements. In the instructions it says measure the drag link center to center, and the tie rod center to center of the factory one, and use that to get your general alignment. And then I added a 3rd measurement, center of the tire to the center of the tire, and I measured all 3 of them before I got it apart. And then I measured them once they were apart, you know, to make sure I could get it back as close as it was anyway, so I could still drive it. I haven't driven it yet, but hopefully it takes care of the death wobble that I suddenly was getting. And while I was down here working on it, I noticed a couple other problems, like my connect, my what do you call them, fucking end links for the sway bar are rubbing on the tower mount, and the sway bar on both sides is rubbing the frame right there and right there. I mean, so y'all can see that. But you know, I feel like that's just part of the practices of, you know, buying used shit, which is what this was. This was the most affordable, slightly lifted on 35s Jeep I could get with close to 100,000 miles on it. And I felt like it would be a good starting point. The first upgrade I did was 37-inch Maxxis razors. It is on 20s. And because of that, I didn't have to worry about the rubbing of the tie rod wheel. I mean, you can see I have lots of room. No big whoop there. So I'm gonna go drive it, and we'll just see how it does. All right, so went and drove it. Yes, I'm laying back down under it. And I'm gonna show you something. All right, my tie rods and shit were so worn out that you know, there's quite a bit of movement in them before doing this upgrade to the 1-ton steering. And there's plenty of redneck ways to do shit, okay? I'm not going to be able to get this thing to an alignment shop for probably a week, but I still want to be able to drive it without tearing my shit up. So even though I'm close, I'm a little bit off. So what I did is I made reference points on the tires themselves, and you can find case marks. I mean, try to get it as close to center as you can, or whatever, you know, on the front and the back of the tire. So like right there, if you look, you can see a case line. That's the center of the tire right there. And this isn't a super accurate way, but it'll kind of give me a general, like how far out is it, because my steering is off
I mean, it goes straight, but like I can tell it's kind of pushing, I guess, a little bit. And my steering wheel itself is off. Not much, but enough to aggravate the shit out of me. Alright, so my reference points, I measured the front and the rear, and on the front, center to center, I'm 66 7/8 of an inch. And on the rear, I'm 66 3/4, which means I'm out 1/8 of an inch, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but I live on a farm. I got fucking flies anyway. But, you know, it's just enough to annoy me. Like, I can tell that it's not quite right. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna pull my, I'm gonna adjust it so that my front pulls in that 1/8 to get my tires back straighter than they are now. And then I'm gonna adjust my drag link to get my steering wheel back. You know, it's off just a little bit. It's just enough to annoy me, like I said. But before I do the drag link part, I'll drive it again, because once I do this and the tires aren't pushing, it might go back straight. So we'll see. All right, so remember I said it was 66 7/8 on the front, 66 3/4 in the rear. If you split that in half, that gives you 66 13/16. It's right at the tip, right there. We'll go. I'm almost dead on 66 13/16. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but I'm gonna give it just a little twist. And up, your tie rod bar here, you have to loosen up the bracket for the stabilizer, but you know, you just give it a little turn, figure out what's in and out on it. And I think that I think this will be close enough. And then I ain't got my tie rods quite straight on the I want them. They're kind of off pitch. The pitman aren't straight, and that one's off. So all you do to correct that is loosen your nut back up, turn it up where it's supposed to be, tighten the nut back down. Easy peasy. These will be straight. I'll tighten these back up, but I think that's going to be about good enough for me. And I guess this is going to be JK 1-ton install. Alright, so go give it a go, see how it does, see how my steering wheel is. You know, before the front was out 66 7/8, the back was in 66 3/4. That's a 1/8 of an inch, so a 1/16 of an inch front and rear. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but yeah, 2 degrees and your tires pushing in or out, like you'd be able to tell it. Your steering wheel's off center because of the drag link or whatever, you know. For me, it's aggravation. I know it's plenty of people riding around out there with crooked steering wheels and shit, but for me, it aggravates me. I don't like that shit. You know, I look for the center line of the wheel, you know, associated with where I'm going. I can already tell going back up the driveway now after that little adjustment that it is, like, it feels better because my tires aren't sitting out like that now. We'll go up there and hit the road and see how it does. Oh yeah, make sure you tighten down all your shit. Like I tightened all my jam nuts a few minutes ago when I went to leave and turn around and go back, because I remembered that I didn't tighten that bracket up back that holds my steering stabilizer, which means that thing's going back and forth. So we're gonna go test this out, I guess, right quick. And I mean, this is all rudimentary. It'll get another alignment. It'll get an actual alignment. But for right now, you know, I want to be able to drive my Jeep and hopefully not die. So
kind of where we're at on it. Other things can affect your alignment and shit. Ball joints being worn, all that allows your wheels to move. Like I said, it's not rocket science, and I'm not a mechanic anymore, but I can get my shit close enough. So I mean,
you ain't never gonna stop being a mechanic.
On a dirt road or whatever, it's not pulling. My steering wheel is still off a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's not going left or right, tracking. It doesn't feel like it's pushing. So we'll go up here and hit the asphalt, and that'll be more of the real test. Gravel moves and that asphalt don't, so it'll force it to kind of do what it wants to do. There are better ways to do a backyard alignment. There's several ways to do it. Probably the best way to do it is to take your wheels off, put your lug nuts back on, hold your brake rotors on, and then clamp angle iron to it, 3-4 foot long, and measure your front back angle iron of your angle iron. That'll give you a lot more accuracy as far as toe in goes. Toe in is, you know, what makes sure your car goes straight. Alright, so if y'all sat through that, I know it's boring, but you know, I try to just make it as simple as I can, I guess. Anyway, appreciate your time, appreciate the watch. And, you know, if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. I mean, whatever. Like, I don't do this professionally. The videos will get better though. I'm gonna order a tripod and stuff. I'm still recording from my phone, but we'll get it figured out. I really appreciate y'all's time. Like I said, there's a bunch of videos on doing different stuff. I mean, if it's custom building DOM tubing, you know, Heim joints, like there's 20 videos on it for the Dana 30, or there's a lot of that stuff out there. There's different things. You can piece it all together, but you know, like I tried to explain in the video, you can do different things. I got cut off on that last clip, but on that last clip, you know, I was trying to explain there's a lot more accurate way. You can use 2 pieces of angle iron, say 2.5, 3 foot, you know, long. You can go straight off your hub with your wheels off. You can measure both ends of it, and you can set it that way, and it's a fair amount closer, because you know, those castings on the tires, like I did it, that's not super accurate. That's a much more accurate way. You can buy the $500 or $600 manual toe check setup. Like I got 20, so I got the bigger one. You can do it that way, and it measures it the same way as the angle would, except it measures it off the outside of the wheel itself. You know, when I do my front axle build, like, I'll try to explain that as well. But there are a lot of other videos on how to set toe and do, you know, backyard alignments. You can use jack stands and strings. I mean, you can do all kinds of shit. I like watching Nate, I think his name is, with Dirt Lifestyle. I watch some of Bleepin' Jeep stuff. He does a lot of stuff. I just, you know, I love the meeting, but as far as like watching his videos, they're super informative. Nate with Dirt Lifestyle, I feel like me and him probably get along a lot better. Just, I'm a judgy ass person, like a lot of people are. And you know, I don't hate anybody for their success. I'm not saying anything bad about Bleepin' Jeep. I'm not. Like, I like some of his content. It's just like certain voice tones and pitches kind of get to me, and like I just can't watch a lot of it. Or it's got to be something like I'm really interested at the time, you know. And like I said, he is super fucking informative, and I mean, these guys have been doing it for a long time. There's a lot of other stuff. I just wanted to like touch base how the asshole like me without a shop's gonna lay in his fucking yard and do it. And you can see in the video I was laying, like I hadn't even mowed my fucking grass. I just laid down a carpet, like a walkway carpet, and was laid on it and was doing all my shit literally right there in the fucking dirt. Like, I don't have a level, flat, concrete surface or anything at my house. I have dirt and yard. So the videos will get better, and eventually I'm gonna get a shop built, or I'm gonna close in the carport and pour concrete pads, so I'll be on something flat and dry. But you know, just baby steps, man. I've been interested in trying to do videos and stuff for a long time, which I'll cover in another thing. I got a lot of videos that are private on there, and they're not really important. It's just stuff that, like, I didn't think people would like to see, and it's more lifestyle stuff or life stuff than you know, like project stuff. So everything will get better. You know, I'll get me some actual type of filming equipment or something. Like, might just do a GoPro 360 so I can set it in the middle of the Jeep up under it, and you know, with a microphone, and I can splice the videos together or something. Like, I don't know, but whatever it is, for right now, tripod and the phone's the way it's gonna end up being. Like I said, appreciate y'all's time. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, ask a question, you know, talk shit. Like, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. So y'all have a nice day. Later.